Hey everybody, Derek here. I'm here to bring you my prediction video for what I think is going to happen in episode 2 of Z Nation called White Light. There was a sneak peek that was provided on the sci-fi.com web page for Z Nation, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen in the episode. Just in case you guys are not caught up with season 2 of Z Nation, this video will contain spoilers. Okay. So as you know, the last episode, the premiere, ended with Murphy escaping from the group. And, Vasquez had come in saying that he was going to take Murphy to the highest bidders. That not only the U.S. government, the lab wanted him, but other people did as well. And that's what Vasquez wanted to do. And of course, Murphy doesn't have any interest of going with anybody, whether it's to California, to whoever. He has no interest in that, sets the zombies loose on everybody and escapes. And the group is now after him. Well, there's a sneak peek, as I said, that was provided, and it's about 2 to 3 minutes, so it shows quite a bit. And it really gives me a good idea of where the episode is going. We are going to see Citizen Z. He is continuing to battle the zombies that have gotten loose on the Northern Lights, post. And he's walking through like this cafeteria or kitchen area where he encounters some zombies. So again, I think that we're going to see him doing a little bit more battle. Whether he's going to secure the compound or not, I guess we'll find out. But at least we're going to see him doing some more action rather than just sitting around and, doing what he does. I mean, no offense to the character. But I am happy to see them finally doing something different with him. So again, I think it's a good thing for him, and I guess we'll see what happens. Now, the group is having a little bit more fun as well. Murphy and Cassandra are running away, and the group actually ends up catching up with them. I'm assuming, because they were in a vehicle, Murphy and Cassandra, if I'm not mistaken, and now they're on their feet, and they look like they're in the same town, but because I don't think they've gotten far. I think, if anything, the next episode is going to pick up like right after the first one left off. Because if you remember, when they came to Cheyenne, there were all those other vehicles and people in the area for Murphy. And I think that, they're still going to be in the area. And I think that some people are going to block the vehicle, maybe crash it. And Murphy and Cassandra are going to get out and run away from these people. Because the sneak peek shows them running. Murphy and Cassandra are running away. And there's all of these other people just, driving around trying to get Murphy. And then Vasquez is there, and he kills several of these other people. Now, whether they're also bounty hunters or whether they're just people in general that, heard the message and wanted to get Murphy so they could get the cure, get the bounty, whatever, we don't know. But we see, Vasquez taking several of them out. We see people shooting around at each other, and the way that Doc describes it is, it's a darn Murphy free-for-all, which really that's what it is. And it really does show, just how negative this message the Citizen Z sent out was. I mean, I'm sure that when Citizen Z sent that message out, he had good intentions. He wanted somebody out there to get Murphy and take them to California, hoping that there were good people just like Warren and the rest of the group that were going to take Murphy there, treat him nice, do what they needed to do. But it appears that other people have different goals. And I think that, again, that message didn't just go out to your regular old people just sitting around hoping something to get better. There are some powerful people out there. Could be other governments, could be a drug lord, could be a criminal, could be just a former leader of another country or a former congressman, somebody who has some kind of power out there, who also wants Murphy. Because if you remember, Vasquez said, I'm taking you to the highest bidders. Not just the lab, or not just the U.S. people wanted him. So we may find out there are lots of other things at stake right now. And maybe Vasquez might, divulge a little more information on that. Maybe he might not. Or maybe over time we may find out who these people are. But, a lot of the episode, I think, is going to deal with these bounty hunters. Because what happens is, if you remember from the trailer, when Scorpion, the character played by Emilio Rivera, will be in this next episode, He's got that red shirt, dress shirt on underneath that black suit jacket. He gets out of the vehicle because Vasquez shoots some people in a vehicle and kills them. Then a Scorpion gets out of the back seat, has this like bazooka thing, and shoots at Mac, Addy, Warren, and 10K, and it just blows up a car, and they just they go flying, and I think they still stay on their feet or they might fall, but that's where the sneak peek ends. So obviously everybody's under attack, and I think that that's really what the episode is going to be about. It's really going to encompass the fact that there are other people that want Murphy, and you know what? When it comes to getting a potential cure, when it comes to getting something very big like this, people are willing to do whatever it takes in order to get that money. I mean, think about how devastating that would be in this world. Like if we said, hey, if you do this, we'll give you $1 billion. Well, some of us, would not do something depending on how big and devastating it would be. Some of us have, morals that would tell us not to do that. And again, I'm not judging, just this is the simple fact of the matter. There are some people who would say, you know what, I'm not going to kill somebody in order to get Murphy. And there's other people who said, hey, I will kill whoever I need to, and I will do whatever I need to do to get this guy to the lab and get my bounty. Simple fact of the matter. And I think that that's what we're seeing here, is that this message that Citizen Z sent out has its negative consequences. And people are going to be after Murphy because they want the cure, and they're going to shoot and kill whoever's opposing them in order to do it. And the whole episode, I think, is going to be dealing with that, dealing with Murphy trying to get away and realizing just how dangerous people are. I mean, we saw in the first episode, with that guy in the clothing store, there are people who want him, and they are not going to treat him nice like the rest of the group. And I think that really one of the things that's really going to happen in this episode is that this is when Murphy, while he may not necessarily like the fact that somebody's going to be taking him away and, going on another mission and continuing this, even though he may not believe in the mission anymore, I think that he is going to go with Warren and the rest of the group. As you saw in that trailer for what's to come in season 2, he is shown with the group, and I think that's for a reason. I think that this episode is really going to open Murphy's eyes and realize that he is not just going to be able to live the life that he wants to live. Sad to say, hey, you're not going to be able to sit in a bar and, have zombie strippers and other zombies tend to your every need until the world ends. I'm sorry. It's too dangerous for him to be out there, and I think that he's going to realize that. And again, I think that, being taken to the highest bidder, again, I think that that's something that also is concerning Murphy. It's not that he's just going to go, and potentially make a cure. Who knows why other people want him? Like I predicted before, maybe somebody wants him so that way they can keep zombies away, where he would basically be put to work and told to keep zombies away and control them, and otherwise that they would do X, Y, and Z to him. There's other people who it seems like they want to, profit off of him. Like you saw that guy who was doing that interview. Now, whether he's nuts or whether he really can communicate to people, they may want to, profit from him, do an interview with him. There's other people who, again, maybe it's somebody like another government. I think I heard a rumor we're going to go to Mexico this season, and perhaps there's somebody in the Mexican government who is alive, and is running things, and that maybe they want Murphy and they have their own idea for a cure that they want. There are a lot of factors, I think, at play here, but I really think that this is going to be the episode where, Murphy's going to realize, I have to stick with the group. I need to stick with Warren, because at least I know with them, they're going to keep me safe. They have good intentions. They're not going to abuse me. They're not going to, tie me up and take me somewhere. I can at least trust them, and, because they've dragged me halfway across the country and, really stuck their necks out for me at various times. And I think that Murphy is going to realize that. And by the end of the episode, I think he's going to be like, all right, you want to go? Let's go. We're going to California, because the alternative is not that good, Murphy. And I think he's going to realize that. What I also think will be interesting is to see if this is the episode where Vasquez joins up with the group. Now, again, we see that he has questionable intentions, which was a description of his character. And what I really think that is, those questionable intentions, is whether he really will get with this idea of, hey, yeah, let's take him to the lab in California. Let's do it. Then I'll get my bounty. I'll get what I want. I want the cure. I want something. That's for my own good. Or whether his intentions really are, again, to take him to the highest bidders. Now, who are these people? I don't know. Are they meeting up somewhere at a particular date? What are they doing? We don't know. And we may find out that is exactly what may be happening, that maybe Vasquez got a hold of some information that, people are meeting in a particular place on a specific day, and if Murphy is there and you're the one that brought him there, then they're going to bid and they're going to take him away. Or maybe he knows about people out there somewhere that have things, and that he was just going to go from point A to point B to point C, and if they offered him a good deal, then he would take it. If not, he would go to the next person. So maybe he knows about people like that. But I think that by the end of the episode, I think that one thing that Vasquez is going to realize is that he can't do it alone. I don't think that he realized that the problem was going to get this big. That there were going to be that many people going after Murphy as hard as they are. And I think that he realizes also, even if he does get Murphy, that he's not going to be able to do it on his own. That it's just too hard to do. And with Cassandra, you got another problem too, because she's fiercely loyal to Murphy. So I think that Vasquez will join up with the group by the end of the episode. But again, whether that's because he really agrees with this mission or whether he's going to betray them later on down the road, that's a big question. Whether he's going to lead him into a trap, what's going to happen. The other thing you have to wonder is, with the Scorpion being introduced, does he have a connection to Vasquez? A Scorpion and Vasquez, do they have some kind of a connection? Did Vasquez betray a Scorpion? Or is a Scorpion somebody that's big and important? That's something I really want to know, because they did say that his character would have multiple episode arc. So I don't think he's going to die in this episode. I think that he does have a mission down the road. And it might just be that he's another bounty hunter who, maybe missed out on his chance. Maybe he's going to get wounded. Maybe he's going to get, something might happen to him. And he may tail the group down the road. So I think this episode is going to be big. I think it's going to be action-packed. It's going to definitely be very heavily involved with, fighting off these bounty hunters, realizing the problem and realizing that they need to get Murphy to California soon. And I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a very amazing episode. I'm excited. I can't wait for it. So with that, I'm going to bring this video to a close. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to leave them. Feel free to subscribe. I do have more videos coming. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos that you would like to see, please do not be afraid to suggest them. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and thank you very much for watching.